From new video game announcements, making next-level convention booths, or us running an arcade outside Philadelphia, the team here at Retroware is doing it all. And with Operation Modern Retro in full swing this year, there's no better time to dive into everything we're working on and what you can look forward to in the next coming months. We've got our hands full this year with our upcoming releases, like Angry Video Game Nerd 8-Bit, Toxic Crusaders, Neon Inferno, and the Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest. So let's dive right into what we're cooking up for our 2025 slate. If you're following Cinemassacre, home to the Angry Video Game Nerd series, you might have already seen the trailer for our brand new AVGN 8-bit video game. Our original collaboration with Megacat Studios was to create an authentic style NES game that could be played on a real cartridge. If you're a fan of any of the previous AVGN game outings, this is a must. The goal was to create a familiar yet distinct feeling platformer that puts the nerd up against enemies from his past and have it all playable on the actual hardware. Of course, the game will have a more modern retro version on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. We're shooting for a release date of Q2 this year, and we'll have a playable demo up on Steam very soon. The game's key art is illustrated by artist Philip Summers, best known for his retro gaming art and hand-drawn game guides Mega Man book. He also did the art for the back of the Nintendo Power style poster that we made for the game. It's a breakdown of the industrial level as you fight your way towards defeating Spetsy Man. We even got James Rolfe to handwrite these sticky notes with game tips on them. The 11 by 23 inch poster itself is up for free on our website, just pay shipping and handling, along with the posters for our other games. It's kind of a fun tradition to do these for each of our upcoming titles, and they look pretty good on our wall too. It's a little homage to Nintendo Power. Expect AVGN 8-bit in late spring or summer. Next, we've got Toxic Crusaders. Hopefully you saw our huge update video in December, showcasing what we've been up to with the game. Since then, we've got new enemy designs being added, unique boss behaviors in the works, we're building up levels and plotting where enemies go, and topping it off, we're doing a lot of testing at the same time. Oh, and remember that new Toxic Avenger remake movie? Yeah, Bloody Disgusting Cineverse got their hands on the distribution rights finally. It's still gonna be a thing, so you can look forward to watching it and being able to play the Toxic Crusaders when the film releases on August 29th in theaters. Hoping our game comes out before the film, but it does take a lot of time to balance a 4-player beat 'em up and make it special. Toxic Crusaders should be released this summer, just not sure when yet. We just announced this next title. In partnership with Zenobia Interactive, the creators of Steel Assault, we're publishing their game called Neon Inferno. Set in the war-torn cyberpunk jungle of New York City in 2055, you play as Angela or Mariana, two members of a fledgling crime family vying for dominance against other criminal syndicates and a corrupted NYPD. With your standard running gun mechanics, you'll be able to take down enemies in the foreground and the background, spice things up with upgrades, take down ruthless bosses, and reign over NYC with a buddy in 2-player co-op. It's a nice mix of Contra, Wild Guns, and Metal Slug, with a cyberpunk Blade Runner aesthetic. Neon Inferno will be coming to all platforms, and you can even play the demo now on Steam. We'll share more as we get things going. Neon Inferno is looking like an end-of-the-year game, maybe around late summer or early fall. Last year we put out a trailer for the Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest. If you've been to our booths at MagFest, PAX East, or Too Many Games last year, you might have had the chance to see one of our early demos of the game in action. This time around, we're nearly finished getting a better, more refined demo together for everyone to try out on Steam. Lead developer Programmancer has been cooking up a whole lot of cool features for this game, and we can't wait to share just a small slice of that with you when the demo is ready in a few months. So expect this game to come out towards the end of the year, hopefully. But much like with all of our games, we want to give it as much time as possible to be perfect at launch. And last but not least, our brutal run and gun Iron Meat is getting brand new content update and free DLC. We've been paying attention to all kinds of player feedback, and we'll be considering what's plausible and actionable with future content. In fact, we've already begun planning a dedicated video breaking down all of our plans to bring even more Iron Meat to the world. And we're not just going to spill the beans on any of it just yet, but if you wanted to open up the game again or for the first time, you'll notice a new mirror mode that flips the gameplay, and a lot of changes to the balancing and weapons. Also, we did 2 different physical runs of Iron Meat with strictly limited games. Both sold out very quickly. At the end of this free DLC bombing run, we would really like to put out a final physical version of the game, but that is not set in stone. Just stay tuned to our Iron Meat roadmap video coming soon. We gave away a ton of our posters to folks who came by our booth at MagFest. And of course, if we were going to bring Angry Video Game Nerd 8-Bit on the road, we had to go the extra mile and make anyone who wanted to play the game's demo feel right at home, like they're on the nerd's couch living their very own episode of the show. At first glance, this backdrop might look like we painstakingly transported every game from the shelves of the Angry Video Game Nerd show, but the truth is a bit more complicated. Lots of photos of the actual wall, hours in Photoshop, the challenge finding a matching futon, and well, hiding this guy down there. We made a whole video about it on Cinemassacre's channel. We'll put a link to it at the end of this video. The hard work was worth it though, and it was a hit. Huge shout out to everyone who stopped by the booth, played the demo, and shared their pictures with us. But don't worry if you missed out, because we'll be heading to plenty of other conventions throughout the year. We're always bringing our games and arcades on the road. Later this year we'll be hitting up PAX East, Too Many Games, and a whole bunch of other retro and anime conventions, so keep your eyes peeled and follow us on socials to know where we're gonna be. If you're planning to attend any of these events, swing by our booth, play a demo of one of our upcoming games, and pick up a physical copy of one of our titles. And for all you physical collectors out there, yes, the goal is for all of our games to get physical editions, be it through limited run games, strictly limited, or even another company. We love physical media and are collectors ourselves. Right now, I can say most of our games are in talks, or 100% coming out for at least Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. I think the only announcement so far was that Limited Run has Toxic Crusaders coming out. The rest are a mystery. Now, for our already released titles, we're in talks about a possible physical release for Prison City. It is a homage to Capcom and Konami classics from the late NES era, with plenty of references to 80s and 90s movies and video games. Can't confirm anything just yet, but if all goes according to plan, you might just be able to add this retro action-packed side-scroller to your shelf very soon. And again, don't worry, we haven't forget about the demand for Iron Meat either. We're looking for the best option to have that released and accessible to more players. For the time being, you could pick up a physical copy of Angry Video Game Nerd Deluxe, Love 3, and Eagle Island Twist on our website. Whew, that wraps up this update. Click right here to watch that video about recreating the Nerd Room for our convention booth.